Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Wednesday, November 17th, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern. We will be having a Time for Change call at 9 p.m. tonight. To be spiritually awake means you are fully present to the eternal celebration of this life, each moment. There is no judgment about good or bad, or right or wrong. We are simply in a state of awe and gratitude for what is. This is a completely effortless task, yet even effortless is too much a word to truly discover it. Go about your day even more freely, lightly, and effortlessly than you ever have in your entire life. Make celebration of existence the number one commitment throughout the day. Many of life's circumstances are created by three basic choices: the disciplines each of us choose to keep, the people we choose to be with, and the laws we choose to obey. Charles Milhouse. Would you like to leave this experience of suffering completely behind? I'm going to give you an instant out-of-jail pass. It is all about learning how to surrender to the source of who you are. This means letting go of all your ideas about who you think you are. You can move through any imprisoned feeling that arises and drops into a deeper oceanic experience within your being. This is the promise of total surrender of the ego. It causes us to see the divinity inside. We can relax into anything and everything. Everything. Just let go of whatever your mind dings or clings to the moment you notice it is clinging. The very moment it's clinging. This experience of letting go is quite easy. In fact, it is absolutely effortless. Just relax and experience this moment as it is. Stop holding on to all the ideas you have of how this life should be. Do this now, and you'll see that everything gets really easy. Who says that transcending years of struggle, emotional pain, and personal suffering has to be hard? Who says that? What if your life on this earth is meant to be much easier and simpler than you've made it out to be? You can change anything around. Just take a deep breath and relax your body. Breathe easily. You are divinely guided by a higher being. There is an awesome intelligence inside of each and every one of us that is showing us the way home to being radically free. Only through a deeper surrender to yourself can you find this angelic guidance, this angelic guiding presence inside you now. When we feel stuck, going nowhere, even starting to slip backward, we may actually be backing up to get a running start. Dan Millman. We don't have to fight our way to freedom. We can give up any inner battle and just holler out a big yes to being free from all of our awesome problems right now. So I invite you to try something new out. Try to taste the easiness of this life. Give this wonderful ego of yours permission to completely melt into existence. Nobody says that any of us have to grip onto our identity another day. A new kind of at ease consciousness is breathing inside each and every one of us right now. It is willing to explore a different kind of awareness that is beyond the countless have-tos, need-tos, and shoulds, spinning circles around this dizzy, achieving mind. The more we praise and celebrate our lives, the more there is in life to celebrate. The more we praise and celebrate our lives, the more there is in life to celebrate. How will you know when you are truly free? Everything you take on will feel as light as a feather. Every challenging person from your past will be an exciting opportunity for you to become a more loving, compassionate, and enlightened being. You are the open door. All of us are. And this door is always open. Any belief that it is closed is a lie. So free your minds from the doubters in your lives and let the loving universe welcome you in. On a deeper level, we are already free from the suffering we've been facing. We will experience a lighter state of consciousness instantly when we see the truth in this. Now is the only time that there is to experience this. The now contains this divine experience. No other time will do. This is not about being irresponsible for your life. This is about improving your ability to respond to life with more aliveness. We were born to be full of zest and spunkiness for life. Yes, this is what freedom is all about. Make this choice continuously, and you have just decided to be born again. It's not what you look at that matters. It's not what you look at that matters. It's what you see. Henry David Thoreau. Take this precious moment of your life and move through this open door. All of our lives are precious and so very precious. Do not waste it on trivial matters. Open this door now. Discover the freedom at the very core of your being. This is that moment to reveal the greatest experience of your experience. You. You are an infinite ocean of consciousness, an immortal being in that body who knows no boundary or limitation. No boundary or limitation. Surrender to that. Surrender to it. Stillness is the greatest achievement one can have in life. Papa J. Do you ever feel a bit overstimulated and overwhelmed by the complicated, fast-paced systems we are all operating within? As you may realize, we are living in very exciting times. It can be a bit too much to digest. This world and its consciousness are changing faster than ever before, and sometimes our minds have trouble navigating these changes. Good news is that you have a choice. You do not have to let chaotic feelings of overwhelm rule your existence. You can learn how to let go, relax, and remain receptive to what life has to offer you. You can choose to refocus your energies on what is healing and create a more relaxed and enjoyable way of living that deeply nourishes your body, mind, and soul. It is good to know that we humans can only reap the richest and most fulfilling rewards life has to offer when we are living life from a relaxed centered, and peaceful place. It's always in gratitude. Can't say it enough. It is always in gratitude that we walk this planet. To be in these bodies. To experience what we can experience. It's just absolutely fabulous. We are not in a directed pattern. We direct ourselves. So it's not something that's directing you outside of you. It is you, the God, that's directing you. And being relaxed, eventually 24/7. Being stress-free, at ease, then you'll notice that all of the externals, the things that ego mind embrace and interject and bring in, the worry, the stress, the fear, the anxiety, leave us. Sometimes you can sit and talk with how you feel your issues, right? Each of us have issues, but most of us ignore them. And every now and then they bubble back up. But we are in the most exciting time of our entire existence on this planet. The transcending energies are off the charts. Now, the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies are dissipating. They're disappearing. They're vanishing. We can't maintain their existence in a high vibrational frequency. Due to our direction, as the gods we are in these bodies, we have decided to increase our vibrational frequency and have it communicate through to the body. There's the difference. Having it communicate through to the body. Now, the God is always blissful, relaxed, at ease. But the body isn't, because the body's, like I said, is like a sponge, like a magnet. And it draws in everything. From the time your soul enters that baby body to the present. It is constantly absorbing things. And most of the time, we don't even know it. We are not even aware of it, that it does this. And then, of course, we have those thoughts. And it's just a constant, it's like a little gnat or something flying around your ear, and you can't, or a fly, it doesn't go away. It keeps come back. Eventually, you just say, okay, I'm not going to even let it bother me. It'll eventually get tired and move on. And you know what? That's what it does. But others of us will get irritated at that fly. Not only that, we will give that fly energy to stay around us even more and pester us even more. That's how it works. Now, you wouldn't think for a second that you were able to do that, would you? It's not me. The fly's just pestering me. No. When you say to the fly, you say, fly, it's nice to see you. Let's see, I'll try and figure out what I'm learning from you. But leave, please. And anyway, you know what will happen? As soon as you get your focus off that fly, and even though it will continue to get around you, eventually you won't even notice it's around you, and then it is not even there anymore. And when you run into it in your dwelling, it won't stay around you. Interesting, isn't it? So we are such powerful beings. And many don't even know that. Why do you think all of these things that are occurring on this planet at this time are doing what they're doing? We are literally cleansing from the deepest depth of planet Earth, Gaia, Arya. On it, in it, above it, below it. We have energy that is unending. And we also know that we are not these bodies. We are not the name, the personality, the character, the clothes, the belongings. We are not any of that. We are the God. We are the love. We are the peace, gentleness and kindness, and generosity and humbleness. That's what we've always been. And to be able to communicate that synergistically with the body is huge. And each of us can relax as deeply as we choose right in the now. It isn't really hard at all. It's being quiet. It's getting into a quiet position and focusing on your breath. Easy, breathing in easy, breathing out easily, and just being. That's a habit to get into because it's very enlightening and it's very blissful. To know that your soul, the God that you are, is you. To know that you're in that body is paramount for all of us. And it isn't an issue for any of us. I think a lot of people get upset because they go, well, I didn't know I was a soul. I didn't know I was a God in the body. I thought I was the body. I thought that the one and they're the same. No, they're not. The body's temporary. The soul's forever. They're not the same. So a lot of people will look at it and say, well, how do you do it? Focus on your breath, sit and be quiet. That's it. Relax. There's nothing else you need to do. And you'll focus on the heart-mind within you, and the rest is automatic. And you'll know that the ego mind is always there trying to say, no, you don't need to get over here. Come here. No, you don't need to do that. No, don't focus on going within. You crazy? You're going to waste your time. Focus on going without like you've always done. And how many of us throughout the ages have done everything we can outside of ourselves to seek what? Relaxation, ease, to eliminate worry, fear. A lot of us will take a vacation, and then we got to take a vacation from the vacation. Isn't that amazing? Because we were never relaxed. Now, once we know that we are the God within the body emphatically, then everything changes. Everything changes. Then we start communicating with the body. Now, when you look in this body, you will see lights as the God that you are, that we all are. And these lights, they're like little balls of light, and they go from the tailbone to the top of the head. And some people say there's 3, there's 4, there's several major and minor. We'll just go with generic 7. And they're called chakras. And chakra means wheel. Wheels of light. These are wheels of light. They're etheric spiritual energy. We, the gods we are etheric spiritual energy. We flow through these chakras. We are connected to this body in more ways than anybody can possibly imagine while we're in it. We flow all the emotions that these bodies have. Highs, lows, in between. We flow through them. All the organ issues, the tissues, the bodily functions, we flow through them all the way down to the quantum quark. Now you begin to understand where we'll be going as we discover the gods that we are. And then we realize, we come to a full conclusion that you can heal anything you desire in that body that you are in. We know that we enter a body. We incarnate. we are housed by a physical form that we give power to so it can sustain us, hold us, so that we can experience physical form and life in the physical realm. We also know that parts of us as the gods that we are asleep. They are absolutely asleep. You can't wake them up because they aren't ready to wake up. They're with us always because they're part of the one, all of us. But they don't participate because they don't hear us. Now, on the flip side, there are parts of us, the gods that we are, that are consciously aware to a certain extent. Now, what does that mean? What is consciously aware? Well, we are consciously aware that we are of and from the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, and the purest of the purest purest, eternal love, gratitude, peace. That's what we're consciously aware of. And those are the parts of us throughout existence, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. Those are the parts that we communicate with. And they're in the Gugaplexes. One Gugaplex fills this entire universe with not even a square inch of sacred space to spare. And their numbers are in trillions of Gugaplexes from trillions of universes. And they're all here. But it doesn't mean that, a billion light years away. We're so far connected. There's no disconnection. It's all one. You could go to the 50th universe, the 100th universe, and we're all focused on this planet and its complete liberation. It isn't the first planet, nor will it be the last. Now, we also know that we are heaven on this earth. The soul is the heaven, the body is the earth in real time. And every step we take, we're creating paradise. Literally. Not only that, we are shining our light, consciously aware, 360 degrees, blasting all life, the highest supreme value in the universe, with our God force, love, light, energy. This planet glows. There's over 8 billion gods that are waking up. Others are awake. Some are still asleep. So if you were to take a little trip, a couple hundred miles outside of Earth's atmosphere, and you were to look, you would see it glowed brightly. You would also see that all the surrounding lights in the universe wouldn't compare to its brightness. It'd be the difference between day and night. Now, the light energy beings that are consciously aware that this includes the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes, the ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Christ, El Morya, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, Yeshua, all the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, and beneath earth. All of our loved ones who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes we've inhabited. All the off-worlders, the galactics, the celestials. Now, light energy beings that we do interact with, but because of our eyes with these bodies, we only see 1% of what is. So a lot of shapes, color, sizes, forms, and configurations in different light spectrums we never see. But we're unfamiliar with the small group, and we actually interact with them. The fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls. The elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur. Now, the archangels, they're a civilization that vibrate differently than we do. And so, therefore, we don't see them like we see each other. But they're there. Now, they deliver a message to us pretty much every day in some way, shape, form, or another. Now, because of the external life that we all are immersed in, the physical material world, we don't acknowledge it, or we're too busy in other directions. We might get a twinge and say, wait a minute, that was... And the message that they deliver is delivered in many different ways, has been throughout the aeons. And it really does boil down to, isn't it absolutely magna, glorious, stupendous, phenomenal for us gods to have the opportunity to be housed in this physical form, to be in these bodies? Can you imagine, just for a moment, you're a god, right? You don't have physical form. And you don't taste, right? You don't eat, you don't drink, you don't laugh, you don't smile, you don't take a nice hot shower, you don't do any of that. Isn't that something? So you can see why all of us become so seduced by being in these physical forms, and why we lose our understanding of the gods that we are within the body, that we begin to believe that we are the body. You can see why. None of us are exempt from it. And as soon as we leave these bodies, the memories of that life fade quickly. We are no longer that life. We are no longer that body. We never were. We just occupied it. It served us. Now, if you want the archangels to surround you, they could surround you in the tens of millions, tens of thousands, at any time. Reason is because of their vibrational frequency, they can hold a large number in a small area. Now, if you want them to surround you, just ask. In a blink of the eye, they'll surround you, and you'll be in bliss. Now, the off-worlders, the galactics, the celestials, over 1,000 species travel through this solar system every day. Trillions throughout the universes every day. We're only familiar with a little bit, a little tiny smidgen. Those are the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the feline Zeta Reticuli, the Anunnaki, the Nords, the Greys, the Reptilians, the Dracos, Golden Pyramid, the Avian. Now, this particular group has been assisting us in our evolution, enlightenment, ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. Now, the ascended masters, they have mastered physical. They have mastered sending into physical, sending out of physical, holding pure consciousness God form. We are mastering physical, creating our experiences to perfect our creation. And we're all gathered in a way, arm in arm, hand in hand, in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, tranquility, benevolence, bliss, joy, prosperity, abundance. And we're all one, and we're all God, and we're all love, and our God force, love, light, energy isn't all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And this is why it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We immediately form a circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. And it's always the now. It is always easily on the breath. Focus on the breath, in the now. Easy in through the nose, easy out through the mouth. Always in the now. The breath is the now. And this circle of light that we form around the equator, this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now, where does it emanate from? It emanates from the gods that we are, the pure consciousness. It is immeasurable. It's omnipotently powerful. This light is flooding this planet, liberating every single smidgen of space, liberating all life, the highest supreme value in the universe and the highest of the highest high frequencies of deep eternal love, gratitude, and peace. It ain't going away. It isn't weakening. It is getting stronger, stronger, and stronger. Now we begin to ascend above the planet, and as we do, we're immediately met with a massive ocean of glitter. It's everywhere. It's like a grand finale fireworks display. It is a super phenomenal laser light show, and the combination of all stars in existence, all together. It is like a ballroom mirrored globe that reflects light, except this one is 1 trillion times brighter and 1 trillion times larger. And it is flashing and flaring in every single direction. In fact, it's so fast it almost seems like everything is fluid. It's motion, movement, continual. Now, we are curious, of course, so we look at the reflective points, and we get real close. We notice these tiny microscopic, perfectly etched mirrors. So we enter them, and we see and experience that all of us, no matter how life is housed, all of us are learning and teaching and learning. It's never ending. So we have things come into our lives, come into our path, line of sight. And we interact, and it's always an education. Always. No matter if it's a bug in the rug or a fly on the wall, a dog, a cat, a squirrel, a mouse, a rat. We are learning, a human. We are learning and teaching, and boy, I'll tell you, how could anybody be bored in this life? Instead of judging the surface, seek the knowledge that's within. Interact with it, because it is, after all, part of the God that you are. We're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light we created that reminds us all that we are the power of healing. We are then met with the violet blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column of light that we created that reminds us all of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. We are then met with the white fire light, flaming light. And the white fire flaming light, we created this column of light to remind us all that from head to toe, inside and out, we are imbued with a white fire armor, unlike anything that's ever been experienced on this planet. This white fire armor emanates from the God source, each and every single one of us. The God source, the kingdom of God, each and every single one of us. Now, it cannot be penetrated. It cannot lose its power, be drained, intercepted, infiltrated, harmed in any way. The lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies can survive in that field. It will destroy them, so they stay away. Even though the ego mind keeps trying to bait us. But only you have the power that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequency low enough through hatred, greed, anger, revenge, fear, anxiety, stress, worry, you lower your vibrational frequency low enough to allow all lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flood in. Now, if you do decide to do this, and you understand that then there's opportunity for these lower energies to attach, possess, and many other things that can take place. When you do decide to do this, you're immediately met with a double column of light, the purple transmuting flame and the violet ray. The purple transmuting flame, we created it to remind us all that we can bring it in. We can transmute all the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, sending them to pure consciousness where they are no more. We are then met with the other part of the column of light, the violet ray. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all that we can bring in the violet ray, we can cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our vibrational harmony, the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, and the purest, purest, purest eternal love, gratitude, and peace. We are then met with the golden white pink light. This is the column of light that all of us gods created to remind us all that the gods within these bodies are the sun, the sunlight, the rain, the rainbows. The sun rises and the sun sets. The oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams. The soils, the tree, forests. The oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams, the mountain views, the ocean fronts, starry lit night sky. We've all been caught in the majesty and beauty. We've always often said, isn't that beautiful? Isn't that spectacular? Look at this. But you're missing the whole understanding. It's because it is you. You're the God. You're the majesty. You're the divinity. You're the joy, the happiness, the bliss, the peace. It is you. We continue to ascend above the planet. And as we do, some of us decide to step out of our physical forms and hover effortlessly above them, if we're carrying physical form. And why do we do this? Well, because we can. We come into full contact with this massive crystalline light tower. We created this tower. It's larger than the solar system and beyond. In the center of the column, we see this massive oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere, we see this golden white bowl of light. It is surrounded by numerous rings of light. And we notice that all of them are sending this kind of an electrified, sparkling mist that saturates us all. And it literally feels like a warm embrace that never lets go. And then the golden white bowl of light, we discover, is the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, and the purest of the purest purest eternal love. Then comes gratitude. Then peace. Well-being. Gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy. And we discovered that it is the gods within us. It's the reflection of the gods that we are in these bodies. We have great prosperity, great abundance. It's what we're made of. It isn't something that we seek like we've been doing lifetime after lifetime outside of ourselves. It's always been within us. It's always been the gods that we are. At the top of this crystal light tower, we designed it so that the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees, as it's doing right now, effortlessly and endlessly. Now, this golden ocean is the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, and the purest of the purest purest, eternal love. And it is flooding us all. It is saturating and bathing us all 24/7 nonstop. Head to toe, inside and out, all life, the highest supreme value in the universe is here, now. Now, we're drops of this golden ocean. And we also hold the essence of this golden ocean. Golden ocean is the drops of the golden ocean. And the only illusion is separation. We see our meditative sphere at set center circle. We all created this sphere moving towards 4 years ago. It holds all of our meditations in perpetual motion, nearly 1,700 of them. And they don't drain, they don't dissipate, they don't weaken, they do the opposite. They intensify and they expand, as they're doing right now. So hundreds of millions of us, consciously aware to a certain extent, all gods, all part of each other, focused on this little blue planet for its complete liberation and total cleansing of all lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies, and any attempts connected to that. And that's why this meditative sphere can be seen, heard, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. This is why it continues to extend, expand, strengthen, and grow. Who you think you are is just a concept, and is not even close to the amazing, multi-dimensional being that we all really are. Look into a mirror for 5 minutes. You've probably tried it. Stare into the black holes in your eyes. Let yourself disappear in the emptiness. Stay for 30 seconds in one state of mind. Keep breathing and noticing who is the creative witnesser behind your eyes. Observe what conscious spiritual energy is present. Lose yourself in the experience. Let yourself dissolve into the experiencer who is having the experience. Joining the meditation, turn An easy breath in through the nose. Take an easy breath out in the nose, and an easy breath out the mouth. Move easily and slowly. Enlightenment comes from consciously being in touch with the core of your experience. This core is where we evolve our consciousness. For today, search for the central core of your experience. This means that you drop out of your head and into your body, feeling what is truly happening inside it. Bring your attention into the center of your body throughout the day and welcome whatever shows up in there. Feel your heart and belly deeply, more so than ever before. Let this begin the path inwards, where you discover the core of self-realization. Explore what it's like to truly live and breathe each breath, being in touch with the center of your being. We will be back here tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern to continue our Time for Change calls, and tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, Thursday, to continue our global guided meditation calls.